Hey all, hope you're doing quite well. I thought I'd take some time to tell you a couple of stories because with all of me driving around, traveling and helping a bunch of random people, I also tend to meet a few interesting ones as well. So let's take some time and talk about my recent experience with some random people. I think you might enjoy it quite well. So a story starts off in George, where I live. I was driving around the day, taking some photos and just exploring like I normally do, and I happened to find a little coffee shop. I'll add in some random photos as we go along of the coffee shop as well. I think it was called the Blue something? I don't know. I suck with names, so it's one of those things, unfortunately. So while at this little coffee shop, I saw two people come in with a dog, which was quite awesome. But they didn't stay long, plus they didn't look too friendly. So normally you can, when you're driving around and looking at people and such, you can normally see if they're friendly or stuff like that, and then from that you can normally gauge, is it a good idea to approach them to try and find out if they might want a photo or two or not. So I skipped the first couple that came in. The next couple that came in, they had a Scrabble board, which was kind of interesting because not a lot of people play Scrabble these days, especially not in coffee shops. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I kept my eyes on them for a little bit to see what they do, and would you know it, they actually played Scrabble quite well as well. They had like words this long. Damn, that's like awesome. That's what she said. Yeah, so apart from their spelling being very, very, very good, I noticed that the gentleman had a camera with him as well. Now, one thing I know about photographers when they are rather new to photography, they like to put their cameras on tables or just in the public so people can see them, because it's a conversation piece. You see a camera, you talk to somebody, maybe it's interesting. So he was shooting a Fujifilm as well. Now, as you know, I like my Fujifilm cameras because they got little buttons and little dials and stuff, so it's quite nice. I like Fujifilm cameras, they're very nice. So this made me think a little bit, you know, if he is a fellow photographer, that means he's more open to the idea of taking some random portraits, which was actually quite true as well. So I kept my eyes on them. They finished the first game. When they started their second game, I believe, I noticed he took his camera and took a couple of photos. He had the, I think it was the XT2, XT20? No, it was the XT20, yes, I think it was the XT20 with the 18 to 55 kit rings on it. Awesome combo, I love a combo myself. And he took a couple of photos of the lady that was with him at that time. So I was like, now might be a good idea to jump in and see if I can maybe also grab a couple of shots of them both together. So what I did was, first I took out my camera as well and waved and said, hey fellow Fujifilm photographer person thingy place, like I always do. And he was like, hey, awesome, what are you shooting? And I told him I'm shooting the X-T4, and I asked him about his camera as well, where he started a little bit of small talk as well. And then from that, we actually moved on to where I asked him, hey, would you mind if I take a couple of photos of you and the lady that was with him? And he said, yeah, sure, he doesn't mind at all. So I first got them to sit next to each other, you know, the little walk-up shot, as you like to call it, where they kind of like sit around and look at you all funky like. I'll show you the shots as well. It's funny. So from that shot, I thought to myself, you know what, let's have some fun. So I asked the gentleman, whose name is Hilton, I believe it was. I am bad with names, excuse me. So I asked him, you know what, can you give it a hug, and then I'll take a nice little photo of you two hugging or embracing? And he said, yeah, sure, by all means. They gave a little hug, and as they finished that hug, I just went, okay, now do kissy kissy for me. And they pissed themselves. That was so awesome. And with them just pissing themselves laughing, I basically had my camera on high speed auto and I just fired away. And I believe I captured a couple of good moments of them as well. That was quite fun. I enjoy getting people to laugh and being able to capture some nice, interesting moments for them, especially because it's just random. You never expect to find interesting people when you're traveling around, and I get lucky sometimes. And Hilton, and I've got no idea what the lady's name was. I suck with names, it's one of those things. And they were quite a nice couple. I enjoyed them quite a lot. So our entire engagement with them, or the little session I had with them, took less than 2 minutes. So from walking up, starting the conversation, to taking the couple of photos only took about 2 minutes. Now that's why I like my Fujifilm cameras, because even while we were talking, before I started taking photos, I just looked at the top of my camera and I already changed my settings accordingly to basically the scene that we were in. So that means that when it actually came time to shoot, I just put on the camera, put it in high speed, and just start shooting away. Nice, easy and fast. It's one of those things with Fujifilm, you can physically see your aperture on the lens, you can see on the camera body, left hand side you can see your ISO, right hand side you can see your shutter speed. So it's just nice and easy to get your exposure nice and correct before you even switch on your camera. Especially with me shooting with the 16 to 80mm f4 lens, it means I need to bump up my ISO a little bit higher than normal, but I'm comfortable with shooting higher ISOs because I shoot black and white, so it's not bad at all. So takeaways from this video, I hope you guys enjoyed the little random story. It is always fun meeting awesome people. I'll do a couple more of these because I meet quite a lot of people actually, oddly enough. I do a lot of random photo sessions with random people that I meet. So I'll be bringing you some more of those stories as well, because I think you might enjoy them and pick up a couple of tips as well. Tip from this one is get them comfortable by just having a nice little conversation without picking up your camera. Leave your camera sitting, wait for the right moment to pick up your camera and start shooting. You still need to keep in mind that these are random people. They don't know you, they don't trust you at all. Not only that, they've got no idea what the hell you're going to do with the photos, so it gets a little bit awkward sometimes. So the best way to do that is just have a little bit of small talk of whoever you're going to be taking photos of, get them nice and comfortable, and then from there explain to them, you know what, hi, my name is Andrew, I'm a photographer, would you like some random photos of you and whoever's with you, just for you guys to keep, just to remember the moment with. Things like that. So the only time I pick up my camera when I'm interacting with these people, or even with my normal day-to-day clients and such, is I only pick up my camera once they're comfortable and in the mood for actually taking photos. It's different. It's, yes, you can pick up your camera and start blasting from the start, but then you get those like fake smiles and crap. No, we don't like fake smiles. We like good, real, nice smiles. So what I like to do is I like to communicate properly with my subjects, get them nice and at ease, and then I pick up my camera and I bring up my camera and I start shooting from then on only, because I don't know, it's just you get better photos from somebody when you've got a personal connection with them, or when you can put them at ease and make them feel a little bit more, you know what, yeah, this oak isn't such a bad oak after all. So keep that in mind when you're working with your own clients as well, because I know a lot of you guys are still new photographers that like to watch me because I don't know, and just keep that in mind when you're doing your next shoot and stuff. Get some nice natural smiles from your clients and your subjects, and just keep having fun. Oh yeah. Catch you guys next time, right? Ciao, ciao.